Hi everybody, thanks for logging on to joinsamson.com and watching the video about our company, Samson Properties. I'm so thankful and happy with everything we got going on here at Samson Properties, and I'm just thankful that you're willing to spend your time, your most valuable asset, to learn about our company. Now I'm going to warn you up front, it's about an hour and 15 minutes long, but I'm going to dive into all the great things Samson's doing. The great thing about watching on video is you can pause, come back to it, all that kind of stuff, but hopefully you're going to love everything that I have to talk about here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a launch video for you. So it's going to kind of give you a sneak peek into what it's like to work at Samson Properties. All right, everybody, that video was fun. Gives you a quick sneak peek into what life is here at Samson Properties. I'm Donny Samson. I'm our CEO here at Samson Properties. I just want to thank you so much for the investment of time that you're about to make. I'm very, very excited about everything we're doing here at Samson Properties, and I'm going to tell you a lot about it in the next, I'm warning, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. The good part about video is you can pause it and come back later if it gets a little too long, but I think there's lots of great stuff here. First things first, if you see on the site, you can click the download information booklet. There's a booklet we have that goes through all the things I'm going to talk about, so you can kind of follow along as I'm talking through all the great things here about Samson Properties. The thing that I want to start with first, quick overview. We have over 6,000 realtors. We are a 100% commission company. We'll talk a lot more about that. 39 office locations and growing. We're actually the 5th largest independent company in the country, which all these things I'm super proud about. So we'll talk more about those in a second. I like to start with kind of a history of Samson Properties and how we got to where we are here today. You can see on the slide there, my dad, Donny Samson. As you can see, the apple does not fall far from the tree. I know exactly what I have to look forward to in 19 years if you look at our pictures next to each other. My dad started selling real estate in 1986. From 86 to 2000, he just worked for small companies here and there. And in 2000, he decided he wanted to start his own company. And at the time, he had no visions for what we have built here today. At the time, he really just wanted to he had his best friend, maybe recruit a couple buddies, he had an assistant, he had about 1,000 square foot office in Chantilly, and thought, maybe I'll run a team and, I'll be able to help all them and, maybe work a little bit less and have a team helping me, like a lot of people have done. But what he underestimated was his passion for, as he would say, changing people's lives. He loved the profession of real estate. Yes, he loved that you could hit the golf course once in a while, but what he really loved is that the harder you worked, the more money you made. He loved that the results, that you got to eat what you killed, and you were in charge of your own destiny. And he loved that. He loved the entrepreneurship of real estate. And he would bring along people that weren't wild about their current jobs. He'd come in and he'd teach them real estate and help them change the financial structure of their lives. So he loved it, loved it, loved it. Our first 50, 60 realtors at Samson were all brand new realtors. The Saturday morning contract classes, paragraph by paragraph with donuts, back to the nuts and bolts of what real estate is. And if you see me come into the picture there in 2003, young 22-year-old at the time, 22, 23, and if you think back to when you were 22, 23, you wanted to do pretty much whatever it was that your dad wasn't doing, right? I wanted nothing to do with real estate. That was my dad's thing. But he had also recruited one of my buddies along the way, and my friend Tokir. And Tokir is a great guy, smooth talker, and he was doing really well 6 months into real estate. And we were dating at the time, Meredith, and now we've been married over 20 years. And at the time, Meredith looked at me and she goes, Donny, maybe you should think about real estate because Tokir is killing it. And Tokir's kind of an idiot. Now, I say that lovingly. Tokir's my idiot. He's my buddy, and still my friend 25 years later. But he was doing great. I was like, well, maybe I should get my license. And I guess it's stuck because here I am 22 years later still in the business. So I'll pick myself back up in this story in a second, but that's when I got involved with 2003. So from 2000 to 2011, Samson was in Northern Virginia. We were an 80-20 company, 80% to the realtor, 20% to the company. And if you were selling real estate back then, you know that was actually a really great split. A lot of 50-50, 60-40, 70-30s in the industry back then. And when a couple really important things happened during this time frame that, in 03 to 06, everything we touched turned to sold in real estate. It was a fantastic time to be around. Market went crazy, all this kind of fun stuff. 06 to 11, Not so much, right? Everything was a foreclosure and a short sale. It's kind of a tough time to be a realtor. Well, when business is tough, you evaluate all facets of your business the same way that we do as realtors or any business, right? Well, two really important things came out of this 06 to 11 timeframe at Samson. In 2009, we started our own title company. My dad and I started Cardinal Title Group. Now, at the time, we knew enough to be dangerous. We had been partners in a title company before, but we're like, hey, we know enough to do this. Let's start a company, hire a couple lawyers, let's rock and roll. And Cardinal Title Group was founded in 2009. What we started to realize was we made pretty good money every time we had a title closing. We're like, oh, this title insurance, this is pretty good. Well, how do we get more of these title closings? Well, we need more closings and more realtors. How do we get more realtors? Well, let's look at the split. At the same time, some of our top realtors were starting to get wooed away. 85-15, 90-10s, 100% commissions were starting to pop up all over the place. So we investigated it for a few months, and we decided to flip our business plan on its head and said, let's go to a 100% company with the transaction fee. We'll recruit a lot more realtors, and we'll try to make up that loss in commissions with more title business. And hey, say, look, if we give you this great company, hopefully you use our title company and we'll make up that money. Well, when you step back and stereotype real estate business plans, when you think about an 80-20 or something similar, you're making a deal with your real estate company, right? I'm going to give you 20% of my money, and you're going to give me back something I value, whether it's offices, tools, resources, support, education, whatever it is you value, and you're okay with this deal. Or maybe you're not fully okay with this deal, which is why you're considering your options and watching us today, right? And when you stereotype a 100% company, the stereotype is, well, you get what you pay for. Yeah, I get to keep all my money, but I'm not going to get the tools and the resources and the lead generations and the offices and the education and the great brokers. I'm not going to get all these things. Well, both of them are flawed, right? Here, I'm giving up 20% of my money, and here, I'm not given the chance to earn as much money as I can and grow my career to be the best way, in the best results that I can. So we said, well, what if we can be both? What if we can be that company that gives you all the tools, resources, education, support, company, office locations, everything we can, and we let you keep all your money. Now, people say, Donny, that doesn't work. Like, the math, you can't do all the things and they're not getting any of the money. Like, we got to make a business. Well, we're pretty open about it, right? We're going to give you the best real estate we can. The next hour, talk about all the great things we give you and help you grow and help you be as successful as you can be. And we can't make you pay or incentivize you to use Cardinal Title Group. But if we ask you nicely and give you these great tools, great resources, not take any of your money, you're like, sure, I'll give Cardinal an opportunity to earn your business. And if you give us that opportunity, Cardinal will do a great job of earning your business, and we'll make up the money that way. So that's been this pay it forward business plan that's helped it all work. That's the secret sauce, so to speak. I'm pretty open about it early, because if I'm not, people stare tilted at the camera for the next 30 minutes going, where's the catch? Where's the catch? They're going to give me all this, but I'm not paying any money. It doesn't make any sense. It does make a lot of sense. We just say, look, give us an opportunity to title, and we'll make the money back that way. So we weren't the company 2011, the industry leader, all the things we wanted to be, but we wanted to get there. So my dad started recruiting 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, doing a great job building up our company. 2016, he came to me and said, Donny, I need some help. We got about 700 realtors. We want to go to that next level. We need to build up our foundation stronger, all of our support and our services and our tools and all the things and all the tech offerings that are getting in there. And that wasn't my dad's forte. So I stopped selling and I became our COO in 2016 and helped my dad run the company. Now, I had done okay. I sold over 500 homes and was doing a great job selling 40, 50 million a year at the end. And that's not to brag about my own business. The reason I tell you all that is this. I have sat at thousands and thousands of kitchen tables. And I spent my whole career doing a lot of things, but two things most importantly. One, the goal in real estate marketing is to get to the kitchen table. If I could get to the kitchen table, that's where I could win the listing presentation. That's where I could win the confidence of that buyer and help become their buyer agent. So I got to get to the kitchen table. And then when I get there, I want to win when I get to the kitchen table. So I got to have the tools in my back pocket and in my tool belt to show them how I'm going to market their home and help be the listing agent they should be. So I got to get there and I got to win. Because of all those times that I spent selling homes, I think I'm equipped to help run a company that helps you get to the kitchen table and win once you get there. It's not about just 100%. At Samson, it's about how can I help you get to tables and win once you get there with amazing tools to help build your business. And we'll talk more about that. So 16, 17, 18, 19, I was building up our foundation, building a better company for us. 2019, I became our CEO. I was blessed with the ability to take over all the operations at Samson and Cardinal at that time. And my dad slowly moved into retirement around 2020. So now I've been in charge here as CEO for the last 6 years, and I can honestly say, looking at you today in 2025, I believe we are that company. I believe we're the best in education, the best tools, the best resources, offices, brokers, support, everything we have to offer, and we let you keep all your money. It's a huge win-win, and it's why we've grown to all these great sites. So over the next 45 minutes or so, I'm going to talk about all those great tools, but that's the business plan and how we got to where we are today here in 2025. I like to start with the money. I don't think it's most important, but I also think that you guys want to make sure everybody understands all of the money before we dive into all the tools. 100% commission. Everybody pays the first 2 fees on this sheet. Every licensed realtor at Samson pays a $99 a month membership fee. Now, that includes your E&O insurance. It includes all your tech. It includes all the brokers. It includes all the education. It includes all the print that we're going to talk about. All the things that come with being at Samson, $99 a month. Now, if you join us and you never sell a home for the next 4 years, all you'll ever owe me is $99 a month. No extra tech fees and annual fees. Now, the goal of being in real estate is to sell a home every once in a while. Once you're selling a home with us, every time you have a sales transaction, everybody has a $3.95 brokerage fee or admin fee. Now, it says client paid on that slide there. About 95% of our agents are having the client pay that admin fee. We even have a sheet. Why we charge an admin fee? You can blame Donnie. I'm the big bad wolf. Nobody will ever meet me. It's cool. Then they'll realize I am, right? But the $3.95 admin fee, most people have their clients pay it right on the Alta. Now, that is what some of you, that's all you'll ever pay me. The client pay the $3.95, you pay the $99 a month, and you live happily ever after. If you're in the Cardinal Club, that's it. If you're not in the Cardinal Club, you have one additional fee, a $4.95 transaction fee. That comes out of each one of your commissions. So $4.95 additional transaction fee until you make it into the Cardinal Club. Once you're in the Cardinal Club, you're in forever, and that $4.95 is waived for the rest of your career. Now, Donnie, what's the Cardinal Club? How do I get in there? Because I don't want the $4.95 fee either. Cardinal Club. Now, if you're watching this from whatever date you're watching it right now, roll back the last 12 months periods. In that last 12 months, if you sold $3 million in homes or 8 sales transactions, you're in the Cardinal Club today. Congratulations. Never have to pay a $4.95 your entire career with Samson. You're in the Cardinal Club. Once you're in forever. We also offer you at that point a $1,000 transfer bonus to help you pay for signs and switching and all that kind of fun stuff, because we know if you're producing at that level, you got some expenses to switch. So we have a little transfer bonus to help you get going if you have achieved Cardinal Club today. Now, if you haven't hit that 8 transactions or 3 million threshold, great. We'll help you get there, but everything you've done at your current brokerage counts. So you've sold 5 homes or you sold $2 million. Great. Join us. Sell a couple homes. You sell 2 more homes the next month. You get over that $3 million threshold, whatever it is, in the most recent 12-month period. So it's always a rolling period. None of this, it starts over January 1st or starts over your anniversary date. I think that stuff's crazy. It's the most recent 12-month period. I want to give you the best opportunity to get in. Now, as soon as you hit that threshold, great. You shoot us an email. We say, yes, you're in the Cardinal Club. We throw confetti. It's a big party. No, all that's true. You're in the Cardinal. No confetti. I'm just joking around about that. But once you get in the Cardinal Club and cross that threshold, you shoot us an email. We say you're in the Cardinal Club. No more $4.95s ever again after that. Now, maybe you're brand new. Fantastic. We'd love to have you. Congratulations on passing the test. I have excellent news for you. You never have to learn or talk about meets and bounds the rest of your career. That's just for the test. It has nothing to do with real estate, to be honest. That's a joke. It's an insider joke. If you just took Mosley, you know what I'm talking about. But if you're brand new, great. We're going to train you up to be a rock star, and then you'll get that Cardinal Club status. One other big way that people get Cardinal Club is this: teams. So if Jim Smith works for ABC Realty over here, and Jim wants to join Samson. Well, Jim sold $10 million last year. Jim's clearly in the Cardinal Club, right? Well, Jim has 4 teammates on his team, and they sold 3 homes, 4 homes, 5 homes, 6 homes a year last year. Well, they don't individually qualify for a Cardinal Club on their own merit, right? But because Jim's Cardinal Club, everybody in his team gets Cardinal Club. Jim can now recruit within our brokerage or outside of our brokerage and recruit people to his team, and they all have that Cardinal Club status. There's 2 reasons I do this. I don't want teams to have to sit around and be like, oh, let's put in Jim's names. We avoid the 495. Like, that's silly, right? You're all on the same team. You're pulling on that rope the same way. I want to make sure that you guys have the ability to not worry about who gets credit. You guys decide who gets credit. Doesn't matter to me, right? But you have no 495 fee. So many teams want to stay together, but it's hard when you pay the brokerage an 80-20 split and a 60-40 split on your team or a 70-30 split on your team. Now that teammate is only getting 30, 40, 50% of the money. They can't stay on the team once they go chop, chop. Now with Samson, you get the whole pie to split up. There's one $395 admin fee that we collect, and you get everything else to split up. Well now, 70-30, 60-40, 80-20, however you want to chop up that team, it's great. At least you have that whole pie to split up, and there's no money going to the house on top of that. Teams can stay together, teams can grow, teams can thrive, because I think that whether you want to be a solo or a team, I think I want to give you the best financial chance to succeed at Samson with that route. So teams are a big way. People get Cardinal Club as well. Now, a couple other commission policy questions that come up a lot. First and foremost, commission flexibility. This is a disturbing trend I see in this industry where, look, commissions are all over the place, there's lawsuits, and we can get into all that kind of stuff, right? But I want you to have the flexibility to charge what you want to charge. 1, 2, 3, 7%. If you're charging 7, 8, 9, you got to come teach a class from me on how you're doing that. But on top of all that, if you want to charge 1, 2, 3, it's whatever you want to do. It's your world, right? I just need my admin fee or maybe my transaction fee as well. On the buyer side, sometimes we're getting 3%, sometimes we're getting 2, sometimes we're getting 1. Look, I'm not going to benefit. I don't care what you get. That's up to you. It's your business. You don't have to ask permission. All we need is that admin fee. It's up to you to dictate how much you want to charge or how you want to run your business. You want to run it 1.5% each time to get more business? Great. You want to run it 3.5%, 4%? You want to work on higher per deal? That's great. It's on you. So I love that commission flexibility that you have here at Samson. Now, referrals. If you refer something in our company, great. That 100% commission, we just charge the admin fee, and you guys can keep it and you decide how you want to split it up. If you have a referral here and somebody's moving to, say, Texas, and you're referring it out and you're getting a commission back, it is a 90-10 referral split to a max of $395. So if you're getting a $10,000 referral commission back from Texas, it's 90-10, but I'm not going to charge you $1,000. It taps out at $395. So I never charge you more than that $395. If you get a $2,000 commission back from Texas, it's 90-10, so we get 10%. So $200 is all we keep out of that commission. So you get a great split back on out-of-office referrals. Rentals, no $395 admin fee, no brokerage admin fee. If you're on the tenant side, you get to keep every red penny of that. You have worked hard on that rental, you keep your $400 or $500, right? Sometimes the gas and the time and all that, you've worked really hard for that $400. Now, I believe in renters. I believe that they're probably your best referral sources sometimes because you helped them when nobody else would. So I love working with tenant clients, but I'm going to let you keep all that money. I keep $0.00. Now, if you have a rental listing, now we have to collect paperwork and deposits, and we got to monitor and bright, all those types of things. We have a $125 flat fee. So an admin fee is just $125 no matter how much the rental listing is. So nothing on tenant size. Rental listings, $125 admin fee. Most people charge it to their landlords and pass that cost on. Commercial, no $395 admin fee. We are at 90-10 split on all commercial deals. If you do a ton of commercial, talk to me individually. We have had some people that we set certain caps on. They're doing a bunch of commercial business. But we do have some great commercial brokerage and commercial leaderships. Great way to get commercial connections and more referrals from our big 6,000 agent database. We also have discounts on LoopNet, Crexi, and CoStar through our joint accounts. So some good advantages to us as well on the commercial side. So those are all additional commission questions we get a lot. Make sure we're getting all those things. So if you have any more questions on money, we can certainly go through that. Now, we also have a Samson referral network, a referral company called Samson Connect. We call Samson Connect to this. You've worked hard to get your license. Don't give it up when it's time to give it up. You keep it. Do the CE every 2 years, right? And keep that license, put it in referral stash. You don't have to pay all the fees for the lockbox and Bright and all that kind of stuff. Every time you get a referral, just email into our Samson Connect desk, and we will find the referral for you. We'll find the best agent in that area. We'll get you a great split, and we'll just write you checks back, right? So it's $250 a year to be in Samson Connect, but you get 100% commission back on those referrals. It's a great way to keep out there, keep your name out there in real estate, and every time you get somebody great, email them in. You just sit back and collect that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 check you get as a referral. So Samson Connect's a great way if you don't want to be an active realtor, but just refer business within Samson to connect with us. Now, for the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to have to brag a little bit, but I'm going to do it humbly, hopefully, but it is kind of a job interview, so I got to put that best foot forward a little bit. 2024, still can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but we sold more homes than every other company in the DMV. Number one in total sales in the DMV. That's crazy. I would have told you 5 years ago that was never something I thought was attainable, but our agents have worked hard to make that happen. We've been number one in Northern Virginia for a while, all the Fairfax County, Loudoun County, all those. We've been number one in Prince George's County, Maryland for 3 years in a row. That's our first Maryland county we're number one in. We're working our way up. We've been number one in Jefferson and Berkeley County, West Virginia for a while, just crushing it there. So a lot of areas that we're either already number one or really growing in market share, and I'm really proud of that. As before I mentioned, some of the national reports just came out for last year in 2024. We sold 19,250 homes, you can see at the bottom, for $10.5 billion. That was good for $10.5 billion, I know, right? That was 16th in the country in the RIS Media Power Broker Report, that $10.5 billion. In the Real Trends verified report, the Real Trends 500, or Real Trends, I think it's 1,000 now. We're 5th largest private independent company in transactions in the country, 5th largest. We're 6th largest independent company in volume in the country. That's crazy stuff, and I'm very thankful for all that growth. So we got to brag just a little bit for all of our people, and they're doing hard work. Now, this is Northern Virginia market share based in the last 6-7 years as we've grown. We're that big blue line. It's not about the other companies on there and what their market share is. I just really put this chart up to show where we were and how we've grown, and we're about double second place when it comes to market share in Northern Virginia markets right now. A lot of other counties look similar when it comes to market share. So my whole point of this graph is just to show that I don't want to be a part of the company that's in this blue line. We're just increasing and growing every single month and every single year. So this chart shows the top 10 teams at Samson Properties that were with us the whole year of 2024. It shows the business they did in 2023 compared to 2024. Those top 10 teams did $1.1 billion in 2023 and almost $1.6 billion in 2024, an increase of over almost $400 million, or 33% more volume year over year. The reason I show that is this. There's a perception that sometimes you just save money when you go to 100% company, but you don't actually increase volume. These companies used all the great tools we're going to talk about in tech and print and offices and education to not only keep all their money, but improve $400 million year over year in volume. So I can't wait to keep showing great stats like this, but this shows the growth of our top 10 teams out there last year. So awesome stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about culture a little bit. If I were going to consider joining a brokerage, I think the money and the tools are important, but I want to know what they stand for. This is our culture wall. It's painted on the walls of every single one of our offices somewhere. Be nice and be professional. I'm going to start at the top there. Those are two of my dad's 2 golden rules when he started this company. And they sound simple, right? Samson's a pretty simple guys, right? Be nice, be professional. We're going to mess up every day. You can ask my wife, anybody in the staff. I probably messed up 5 things today, right? But actually, don't ask them. I don't want. No, I'm just kidding. But if you treat people nice and you treat people like a pro, then we can all get through these things together. Having integrity, the next one down there when you jump down, all those things tie together. Treat people the right way. I'm going to say this as nicely as possible. When we find out that people aren't nice, they're not professional, and they don't have good integrity, they can't be in our family anymore. It's too important. Thankfully, we've grown to a nice size where, I always say this delicately, but ethics are too important. Our name, I'm 44 years old. My last name is on this company. Nobody is going to be more focused on improving our name and improving our brand and improving our reputation than me. Every day, every week, every month. And it's too important. If somebody's out there, a bad apple, and they've got our name attached to it, then they got to go be a bad apple somewhere else. It's too important. So be nice, be professional, have integrity. Pay it forward at the top there. I talked before about I'm going to give to you. Don't pay me your money back. Pay it forward. Try to use the title company. And I'm going to take those profits. I'm going to pay it forward to make Samson Properties the very best company that it can be. It's our financial model is pay it forward, but it's also the way we treat each other. We've got our top agents. the Jason Chepardeks and Carolyn Youngs and Dustin Foxes and Casey Sampsons and Sam Recreshies, and the list can go on and on. And they're willing to stand up and just teach anytime I ask them for free. I mean, the list is dozens long of realtors that stand up and teach. We have a top agent teach in one of our offices every single week, sometimes twice a week, just to our agents, teaching all of their great stuff to others. It's paying it forward, not because I give them any money, but because they want the next generation, all Samson realtors, to be better. It's not me versus you, it's us together. Let's all get better together. So I love that about our atmosphere, and that's why it's the family as well. I think there's a lot of people that work for Samson, obviously, that have our last name and our friends and family, but we also have a hashtag that we've adopted, SamFam. And people take that to heart. We take care of each other. We're there for each other. We have an amazing Facebook group. We've got great message boards. We've got people that really want to help each other get bigger, better, stronger together. So family is important to us. We talked about integrity. Education, I'm going to hit on that in a little bit, but we want to be the best education real estate company out there, and we try to do that every single day. Giving back to the community is something that's very important to us. We have something called Samson Cares. We pack 50,000 meals for families in need. Arlington Cemetery, building gardens, doing lots of stuff throughout our communities, the Toys for Tots and turkeys and Christmas. We do all the things, right, because we care about giving back to the community that's been so good for us. So Samson Cares is a part of what we do as well. The last thing on there is being innovative. It's a weird thing for a real estate company, right? I'm not naive enough to think that I'm going to split the atom or create something great tomorrow. We're not a tech company, right? We are a real estate company that sells homes. But we are always, I think it's that little engine that could. You saw the market share before. Well, I was here when the market share was nothing, right? So I've been a part of this growing bigger, better every single day, and always being the little engine that could driving up that mountain. We're always looking for the next thing that is, not that helps us make more money, the next thing that helps it make life better for our realtors. If I can find something that is better for you to get to kitchen tables, or win once you get to kitchen tables, I'm going to buy it and give it to you all. I'm always about being innovative when it comes to, I take all the meetings, I go to the conferences, I listen, I talk to other industry leaders because I want to find out what's going on that can help you all succeed. I think some more national names or set companies that have a brand attached to them, I think there can be an attitude of contentness or set or we're great already. You're lucky you get to work for us. I think completely opposite. I'm lucky that you're working for us, and I want to help make this life better for you every day. So that's what I mean by being innovative. If you watch this presentation in 3 months or 6 months, it's always changed because we're always looking for that next great thing to make your life better. All right, that's a lot about our culture wall. We talked a lot about these things. Next thing I get a lot of questions on is support, especially when it comes to a transaction fee company that's you're not giving a lot of money back to, or you're going to support me. Yes, we are, times 1,000. A lot of you are going to get done with my presentation today, and you're going to be at that 1 yard line on the football field, and you're like, but change is hard, right? It's easier to not do stuff than it is to do stuff. The number one reason people don't change sometimes is it just seems hard, right? Well, we have an amazing team called our Agent Experience Specialists, and their job here at Samson is to make your life easy, right? The first thing they do is they grab your hand and they help you cross that goal line and say, I got you. We're going to make this transition easy. You're going to do an orientation with them. They're going to be your person. You ever watch that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, back with Regis back in the day? And everybody had a lifeline. Your phone a friend, the smartest person you knew, you'd call them when you got stuck on a question, right? This is your phone a friend. This is your lifeline. Anytime you need something, you call, hey, Bethany, help me out. Text, email. Your agent experience team are spread out all over our footprint. They've all got 3 or 4 offices. They bring the great culture, the great energy, and the answers to all your questions. We also have a great help desk at Samson that you can type in any question to. They're going to get you the answer right away, or it's going to automatically get it to the right staff member at Samson to answer that question for you. So our agent experience specialists are some of the most important people we have here at Samson to make your life great. That's their job. It's awesome. We have a ton of broker support. This probably is missing people on our brokerage team. We've got 35 broker managers all over the place. We've got principal brokers in each state. We've got broker managers in each office that are here to answer your question. At each office, you've got a broker manager. We've got an admin that works the front desk. You've got an agent experience specialist to bring the education and answer your questions. And then we've got a broker manager at each office. If your broker manager isn't available, You can ask any broker manager in the state, or you can go to the assistant broker or the principal broker for each state that oversees the whole state. We've got levels of people to help you. I have never one time had somebody come to me and say there's not enough broker support. These people are our rock stars. They take care of all of our realtors here. We also, sometimes people ask the question, we also do have a corporate counsel. We don't give out that name. Those go to our top brokers. If our top brokers can't answer your question, they'll tag in our corporate counsel on staff here to make sure that they're here to help you out if it gets to that lawyer level. So we have tons of support on the agent experience side and the broker side to make you successful. All right, let's dive into all of our resources here. We've got 39 locations and growing. If you're watching this, we might have 40, 41, 42 because I'm negotiating new deals all the time to make us grow. Right now we've got, I believe it's 13 offices in Virginia, 22 offices in Virginia, 13 in Maryland, 2 in DC, 3 in West Virginia. We're also licensed in Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Florida as virtual companies right now. So you can belong to us there. We don't have any physical locations yet. If you join one Samson office, you join them all. All right. So if your headquarters is Vienna, you can use any of our offices. You just say Samson Vienna for Brighton for your license, but you can use Tyson's and McLean and Alexandria and Fairfax and Chantilly and everywhere in between. You can be driving around Maryland showing houses and pop in any of our Maryland offices or DC, whatever the case may be. You join one, you join them all. The video running right now is just videos of all of our some of our offices and how nicely they're appointed and how clean and beautiful they are. Now, the question I get sometimes from people is, Donnie, you don't need offices anymore, right? It's a virtual world. I work from home. I work from my car. Yeah, I guess that's true. But there's a couple reasons that I really still believe in offices. The first one is this. There are some Donny Samsons of the world out there. What does that mean? I got my license when I was 22 years old. I have 4 beautiful daughters that I adore, and a wife that I love, and 2 dogs, and I love my family, and I love being home, but you know what I can't do? Work from home. Since I was 22 years old, I've been somebody that has to go to the office and have a separate focus and be focused on that. There's probably 10 or 15% of our realtors that are like that. They go to the office every day. They need to be separate and in that space. Great. I've got private offices available for you all. Most of our realtors fall into this category. I've got a home office. I've got my car. I work from wherever. But I want a place to go every once in a while. I want a place to go to the happy hour, to the bagel breakfast, to the education class. Sometimes I just want a different place to be able to focus on. I want to be able to talk to other agents on how their open house is going, or how are their listings going, or if they're getting multiple contracts, or whatever the case may be. I want a place that I can talk real estate and go to a professional environment. The second big reason I have offices is this. Look, I've written contracts at Starbucks, McDonald's, on the hood of a car. Yeah, the hood of a car, right? Press down hard, make sure you get to the bottom copy. That's how long I've been doing it, right? But wouldn't it be better if no matter what you were doing, you could go to a local office, and we had a local office 10, 15 minutes away from wherever you were, and you could sit in a beautiful conference room with your sellers or buyers and say, hey, let's go over this. This is the biggest financial decision in your life. You probably want to sit in a beautiful office, not in some McDonald's with some 4-year-old whining over your shoulder about wanting more ketchup for their French fries, all right? I love 4-year-olds, but not when I'm focused on a big deal, and I want to have a beautiful environment to sit in, talk over this. So you can meet clients at any of our offices, 24/7 access to any of our offices. We have a great page in our Cardinal Nest that you can pull up any office and you can get access whenever you need to meet those clients or to use them to work. Now the third reason I have a ton of offices is this. Pretty honest, right? It's a help me, help you situation. How do we make all of our money? I'm pretty open about this at the beginning, right? We own Cardinal Title Group. That's how we make a lot of our money. It's the title side. Well, if I told you, please use Cardinal Title Group. We have offices in Chantilly, Gaithersburg, and Richmond. Cool, Donnie. You're not going to bring me those deals if you're in Lake Ridge, or you're in West Virginia, or you're in Bel Air, Maryland, right? Or in DC. You need to have an office that's reasonable for me to close at. You can close in all 39 of our Samson Properties offices, Cardinal Title Group shares and pays rents for. They've got full-time staff every day in almost all of those offices. Well, now, no matter where you're at, wherever's closest to the property, you've got an office 10 or 15 minutes away at Samson that you can go close at. Now we've created a win-win where you want to have that home field advantage. You want to use our offices for closings because they're convenient and we'll take great care of you. So in all of our offices, we have drop-in desks and computers and conference rooms for free to use. If you want to rent a private office, they typically run from $100 to $600 a month. Depends on size, location, window, non-window, all those kind of fun things. But every single office has a price point. If you're interested in running a private office, reach out to me directly and I'll give you those prices. But those are available for all of us to use for free, all 40 or 39 offices, probably 40 by tomorrow, wherever you want to use. So that's the reason we love our office locations. Education. I told you I was going to talk about this. I made a joke before about meets and bounds. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. But CE, mold, meets and bounds, look, it's stuff we got to check off, right? It's fine. We got to know that stuff and check the box. It's not the education that gets me excited. What I love is education that helps you sell more homes, get to more kitchen tables, win more listings, build your sphere of influence, build your database, build your business up, right? So buyer series, seller series, how to geofarm, open houses, lead generations, contract negotiation, all the good stuff, right? How to use our print, how to use our social, all the good things we've got. So we are teaching stuff all over the place. You can see different pictures from different events. Carolyn in the top there is our top producer takeover event. Big industry-wide events we do a couple times a year to educate everybody, but awesome stuff. We have a group of in-house trainers as well. We teach on all our social media and our SkySlope and Bold Trail, Lofty, Print, Real Scout, all the things that we give you for free I'm going to talk about. We have full-time trainers that will teach you how to do everything and more at Samson Properties. So it's awesome stuff. We have something called Samson University. So on the top left there, you see a picture of Sarah teaching a class. That's our studio. It's actually where I'm taping this right now. That's our amazing studio where we tape a lot of great footage. We can fit 50, 60 people in classes for the studio, but then we also live stream stuff. So we'll live stream it to our whole network, and then we'll save it, and we'll put it on our Samson University later so you can watch it whenever you want. We have hundreds of hours of video on Samson University. And it's not national classes from somebody in Pennsylvania or Texas or Florida or California. You're like, does this really apply to me? It's real life people in your offices, in your market, teaching today about how to build your business or how to succeed or what contract changes or how to negotiate, whatever. So we've got that. We've got the top producer big takeover events. You see that big picture there. On the right, you see pictures in Gaithersburg and Bowie, different HQ2U trainings that we do. So what's HQ2U? Headquarters to you. We do a lot of stuff in our studio here, like I talked about, but we take our whole staff out every week to a different office, headquarters to you, and teach a whole day of classes. It's amazing. So Sarah Mormon and I are our COO that helps me run this company. You can see us we do a business building hour every time. We talk about the market, how to build their business, Q&A, ask us anything. It's a great hour to connect with a different office every single week. We've got social media classes, lead generation classes, open house classes, how to use our Samson resources. We've got classes from 9, we'll feed you breakfast. We start teaching at 9:30, we'll feed you lunch in the middle, and then we teach till about 3:30. It's amazing. We've even got some workshops, bring your laptops. We do a different office every single week. You can go to an HQ2 You don't have to just go to say I belong to the Tyson's office. Well, that's fine. You can go to anything in Maryland, anything in Northern Virginia, anything in West Virginia if you want. If you can drive there, you can attend it. Everything is open to everybody on our footprint. I've got people I've seen at 5, 6 HQ2Us in the last couple months because each one's different. We also have a top producing agent at each office teach every week, whatever their topic they want to teach on. That's awesome, awesome stuff. So we get 50, 60 people at least at every HQ2, and it's an awesome time. So big on that. A lot of you have probably heard of Jason Cheperdak. He runs the Shepherd Homes Group, and he's amazing. And he runs a class called the 7-Figure Realtor. Jason's team did over $350 million in sales last year. Phenomenal stuff. Number 1 in Northern Virginia, one of the top teams in the DC metropolitan area. And Jason is phenomenal at what he does. Jason taught a whole, it's like 8 or 10 hours on video called the 7-Figure Realtor. He sells it for $6.99. Maybe you've bought it out there because you've seen him speak somewhere. For all Samson agents, it's absolutely free. So you can log in, take that whole 7-Figure Realtor class, and learn how to do things like Jason. Jason also teaches at least once a quarter for Samson, if not more, teaching business building, business mastery, different topics each time. So fantastic stuff. Casey Sampson, my uncle, his team did over $200 million in sales last year. He does Coffee with Casey every Thursday. At least a couple times a month, he'll do it live in studio here. The other times he does it on YouTube, but it's about what he sees in the market, how he would build his business, pulls back the curtain and shows you how he prices home and how he markets. Just phenomenal stuff from our top realtors, just wanting to give back to the Samson community. The next thing we have is coaching. We have a group called Samson Plus at Samson Properties, and it's our coaching division. Now, we do free coaching class every Tuesday that you can log into and watch. We get lots of people on those free coaching Zooms. We have 10 amazing certified coaches that are led by Richard Bridges, our Director of Agent Development. Now, to me, real estate's a beautiful business, right? Because you're in charge of your own destiny. The best part about being a realtor is you don't have a boss. What's the worst part about being a realtor? You don't have a boss, right? Most realtors' careers go like this, right? The number one trait in successful realtors is consistency. Number one trait. We see it all the time. On Facebook, you see the realtors snapping the selfie in the Bahamas. They're like, look at me, I'm killing it, because they sold 4 homes last month. And then in 2 months, they're looking around, they're like, how am I going to pay my mortgage? Look, I mean, I'm joking, but I'm only half joking, right? Most people have these crazy good months, and then they do nothing for 2 or 3 months. Why? Because of consistency. The 2 things that I think are super valuable when it comes to having a coach in real estate is this: setting a game plan and accountability. If Justin's my coach, and I'm going to meet with Justin this week, and we come up with the 4 things that I need to do this week to be successful, and we're going to meet next Monday, right? If I'm not meeting Justin next Monday, you think I'm going to get those 4 things done? Slim to none chance, and Slim just walked out the door, right? It's just not going to happen, right? But if I'm meeting with Justin next Monday, I'm going to get all my homework done because I don't want the teacher to be mad at me, right? So you get your work done every week, week after week after week after week after week. You're going to wake up in 4 or 5 months, you're not going to recognize the realtor you used to be. A lot of people in our coaching department, they'll start and they'll be like, my goal this year is $5 million. And then we'll check in April and they're already at $7 million. Like, it's because for the first time in their career, they got really focused and they set game plans and they were accountable and they got through the stuff they wanted to do. So Samson Plus is available for a small monthly payment or a small portion of your commission back and you get a private coach. But I think it's amazing. And every single person that does Samson Plus comes out singing how great it is. So not required. The free coaching every Tuesday. If you want that personal coach, we have that available as well. Now this one is required. Our mentor program. Now, if you're brand new to the industry, not brand new to us, all right? If you have to have sold at least 3 homes, 2 buys and 1 listing, it says the last 3 years. Like if it's been 4 or 5 years, we're gonna let you go on that. But the idea is this: I wanna make sure you have that great helper to help you launch your career. Now we do take a split, you can see there, 60-40, 60-40, 70-30. That all goes to the mentor. Samson isn't taking $1. I don't have a mentor program for us to make money. I have a mentor program for a couple reasons. One, I want to protect you from yourself. You might be a lawyer or a doctor or the smartest person in this room, but you haven't sold real estate before. You could mess up your career before it even gets started, right? Second reason I have a mentor program is this. I want to protect the clients, right? They have Samson Properties on that contract, not Joe Smith. It's irresponsible of me to let 500 clients walk around with realtors that don't know what they're doing, right? So I want to protect the clients. The third reason, and if I'm being honest, the one that's the most important to me is this. I have 6,000 people that say Samson Properties on their business card. Those 6,000 people look to me to protect our reputation, to help it get better every day, every week, and every month. If I let 500 people run around that need a mentor doing whatever they want, is that going to lift us up or bring us down? It's going to bring us down, right? So if you don't love the mentor program and the mentor requirement, I'm sorry. You can learn to be terrible somewhere else first then, okay? I say that as nicely as I can. But if you're going to be with us, we're going to make sure you get that great proper training. Now, you get to pick your mentor. We have about 100 mentors for you to choose from all over our footprint. You get a whole bios, and you get to pick who you want, interview a couple people if you want. I'm going to say this nicely, too. I can always tell if somebody's going to be a successful realtor or not by how they treat this question. If they look at me and say, I don't need a mentor, I'm so smart, I'm great, you're just in this to cash a couple checks, right? You're not in here to actually build a career. The person looks at me and goes, hold on. I get to have a one-on-one mentor with one of these great successful realtors that wants to get back to me and help me hold my hand through my first couple contracts and presentations and showing homes, be my go-to person. And I just got to share my first couple commissions, 60-40, 60-40, 70-30 with them. But they're going to launch my career with their not. This is amazing. Where do I sign up? How do this is great. two different things. This way, you're not going to be successful. This way, you're off to a great start and have the right attitude to be great at real estate. So I have that mentor program for this reason, and I love it, and it's a requirement that I'm never going to bend off of because I think people need to get started with the right mentality. So coaching and mentoring big on us. All right, keep your sign leads. There are some things, some companies out there that what they do is almost criminal. I know that sounds extreme, right? But they will have the sign in front of their house, in front of your listing, and it'll say the company phone number in big 722 font across the middle. And you say, no, Donnie, it's cool. I got a rider on the bottom. It says my cell phone. Cool. How often do they call the big phone number in the middle? Oh, yeah, Donnie, but when they call the front desk, they always give me all my calls. Come on now. You don't really believe that, right? I'm going to give you a secret. Some companies, their whole business plan, or a large portion of it, is to make their phone ring and give them off to people on desk duty at 50-50 splits. They're using your listings online and signs and paper in person, getting the calls in and giving away your leads to others at 50-50 splits. Stop losing your business to the front desk. Your listing's your lead here at Samson. Now, what does that mean? We've got 10, 12 different templates like this. Samson Properties, there's Sarah, there's her cell phone, there's her website. This sign's about Sarah. It has our company name and our company phone number at the bottom, nice and small. They're not calling that phone number, they're calling this phone number, they're calling Sarah, right? If for some reason they get to that front desk, I don't even have a mechanism to try to give those out. I'm trying to get that call right back to you, okay? So, lots of templates you can choose from. We've got different models. We sold $10.5 billion last year. We got a pretty good brand in this area, so good idea. Now, if you want to do your own brand, I'm cool with that as well, right? If you can do big you, little me, I'm fine with that. Redstone Group, one of our top great teams. Redstone Group's got their phone number, their website, their QR code, all that kind of stuff. It says Samson Properties in the office phone number down here. If somebody doesn't get them, who are they calling here? Samson Properties or the Redstone Group? They're calling the Redstone Group. You can have your own brand. You can be whatever you want to be at Samson Properties. I'm totally cool with that. The key you got to remember is this. You're not going to lose your leads to our front desk. We're going to give you back everything. You know, I don't know if this ever happened to you or not, but there's a chance it probably has, that all of a sudden you're out there working hard and you go to put an open house sign or a just sold sign up at your listing, and then you look down the street and you're like, oh, wait a minute, there's a new listing for my company down there. Now look, there's a chance that they coincidentally called somebody else from your company. There's also a chance that they called off your sign and got somebody else in your company, and that should be your listing down the street. Stop losing your listings to the front desk. Now, some would tell me that I've waited 45 minutes in our presentation and buried the lead, buried the best thing we do that nobody else does. Nobody in the industry does this. Our print center. Our print center is phenomenal. And I'm going to show you some of the great stuff we do. All right, so I'm going to start with this as I step off screen. And video people love it when I do that. All right, so first and foremost, in all of our offices, color printing for free. Print whatever you need real estate-wise. I don't need your 5 cents and your 8 cents and your 3 cents. Look, print what you need to be real estate-wise to be successful. Now, does that mean 10,000 flyers for your church picnic? Probably not, right? But whatever you need, you do you. I'm not, it's a funny story, but I had a realtor finally come to me, and he was getting charged $70-30 on all of his deals. And he realized he had given this company back $63,000 a year before. $63,000. Now, that wasn't what finally pushed him over the edge. What pushed him over the edge was he got a $21.20 print bill for last month on his account. And he looked at me, and he was so fit to be tired when he finally got to me. He's like, you know what? For some reason, it didn't bother me that I was paying $5,000 a month out of my commission. But then when they sent me the $20 print bill, it just kind of sent me over the edge. So you print what you need to be successful with color printing. Now, we have a print center here at headquarters in Chantilly that is phenomenal, right? It's 25 by 35. It's got 3 big printers. It's got 4 full-time employees, 3 during the day, 1 that comes in nights and weekends. It does everything amazing. We do it in-house so we can do it cheaper, faster, and easier for you all, and we can give you free stuff. Now, what do we give you free stuff-wise? Postcards is what we're going to start with. So we have 2 levels of postcard. We have standard postcards, which are regular cardstock. The color doesn't go quite all the way to the edge of the paper. Cool. We've also got premium postcards. We got these fancy machines, right? Thicker cardstock, and the color goes all the way to the edge of the paper. Both great options. Now we can give you a lot of stuff for free to get you started. The first thing is this. Every single person, when they join Samson, they get 300 postcards for free. Printed, labeled, mailed, postage, the whole 9 yards to their sphere of influence. You can modify this however you want. Put your picture. I've joined Samson Properties, the #1 company in the DMV, the #1 county in this county in West Virginia and Maryland, whatever it is you wanted. I've got a lot more resources and offices to help you out be successful, however, whatever you want it to say. Now, why do I say send this to 300 people you know? I'm going to say this nicely, okay? If you think about a lot of you right now that work for a brand and you love your brand, all right, that's great. Listen, most of the people in your life, if not all of them, that have used you before, will use you again or refer you to somebody else. Most of them, if not all of them, don't know and don't care what company you work for. Most of them don't know and don't care what company you work for. They're calling you back because of the relationship they have with you. That's why they're calling you back, right? So why am I saying send a postcard to the 300 people that you know saying you switch companies? They don't really care you switch companies. What do they care about? You. And most of them, if you're being honest, you haven't sent them anything meaningful, called them, emailed, sent them a postcard. So we have lots of realtors that get new business right away when they join us, just with that free postcard to their sphere of influence. Now, on an ongoing basis, every single time you list a property, you get 200 free postcards, just listed postcard. Modify it however you want. Send that postcard in, pull the addresses down from Bright or CVR MLS, post those in, bang. We print it, label it, mail it, postage, the whole 9 yards, no cost to you. You just sit back and wait for the phone to ring. Pretty awesome stuff. We also give you 200 free postcards for every open house that you do. Send the open house postcards to renters around your open house. Why renters? They're going to be your next buyers. So I'm going to help you get buyers for that open house. I'm going to help you get new listings with the just listed postcard. Both great tools. Now, great, Donnie, 200 free. What if I want to do more? You should. When I was selling, I did 500 of everything. You love it when I duck off the screen, right? It's fantastic. All right, when I was selling, I did 500 of everything, right? First 200 are free. If you want more, it's 65 cents each for a standard, 75 cents each for a premium. Now, let's say you sent 500 piece mailer out. First 200 are free. Next 365 cents each. Charge my credit card $195. Let's rock and roll. All right, now let's do that math for a second. Let's say the average commission is $10,000. It's probably higher, but let's just say it's $10,000 for argument's sake. You can send 52 500 piece mailers, and you need one call back from it. If you send 52 500 piece mailers out and you don't get, you come get me, I'll give you $10,000 back, I promise. You will get multiple calls. Earlier I mentioned Jason Shepard at Shepard Homes Group and how he's grown. He's grown from a $6 million realtor when he joined us. Now his team has done $350 million 5 years later. Now Jason is smart and charismatic and works hard and it's just fantastic in so many ways. But you know what else Jason does? Uses the junk out of our print center. If I walk in any Monday morning, I can promise you, hand on the Bible, that if he has 25 listings on, he has all 5,000 free just listed postcards ready to go. He has all 5,000 free open house postcards ready to go, plus some that he's paying for, because it works. Our top producers are doing postcards over and over again because it works, and we keep that cost way down in the extras. You think I make money on the 60? No, I lose money every time you send something. But at Samson, it's never about how can I charge you money or make money off you. It's about how can I help you make more money, be more successful, and grow bigger, better, stronger. So postcards is a great avenue. The next one I love is this. We have a 4-page mailer. All right, beautiful premium paper, awesome. We call this our newsletter. All right. Now we send this out every month. You can modify it and you can email it to everybody for free. Fine, email newsletter. The problem is we're all really good at deleting. We're really good at swiping left, right? You probably swiped left on 10 things since you've been watching this so far, right? But you can't swipe left on a 4-page beautiful piece you get in the mail. I wish I could make every single person in our company do this newsletter, right? I think there's 2 avenues if you're going to do it, but the one I wish I could make everybody do is this: sphere of influence. Take our newsletter, pick out 200 people, your 200 most important clients, friends, family, referral partners, right? modify it a little bit to be about you. These are the 200 people that have worked with you before. They know you in your personal life. So I might put an article about what I think is going on in the real estate industry, plug it in there. I might put local market stats about the area that we're in or I'm in, right? I might put my local office's recent sales in here. 3 pages professional. Remind them you're a pro and you've got great knowledge. The 4th page, I would make it personal, right? So on the 4th page, I'm saying, hey, here's a picture of me and Ava at Virginia Tech. Here's Meredith and I with the girls on our trip to Florida for spring break. Why would I make it personal? These are the people that know you best in life, right? National Association of Realtors puts out a stat every year, and it's a little bit different every year, but it's normally pretty similar. 91% of people, when surveyed, say they liked their realtor. I will use that realtor again next time. 91%. Good on us. You know how many people use that realtor next time? 13%. 13% use us again. I wish somebody had nailed that stat in my head when I was 22 years old when I started my career. So I'm nailing your head now. You want to have a successful career? You don't have to spend thousands on lead generation over here. Just take care of the people that already like, know you, and trust you, and keep them referring you and calling you back. So that's why I would do 3 pages professional and 1 page personal. Every single client that I worked with, hopefully, at least 91% of them, liked me. They liked the relationship we had. They liked during the transaction. They're going to remember me every month when I get, hey, here's me and the girls doing this. Here's me at a local real estate conference. They're going to remember and like the professional and the personal side. They're much more likely to call you back, right? When we've all had this happen when we're surfing Bright or surfing the MLS and we see a listing pop up, we're like, that house looks familiar, right? That address looks familiar. And then that's the 2 seconds of doom, right? We go to click on the tax record because we want to see if that's the owner, right? And we click on it, we're like, oh, doggone it, I sold them that house 7 years ago. And we get angry. Oh, why didn't they call me? Who should we really be angry at? Ourselves, right? They didn't call us back because they forgot who we are. If they had gotten 84 newsletters from us in the last 7 years, if they don't call you back then, they just didn't like you that much to begin with, right? I'm mostly joking, but my point is serious. So 200 people. It's $1.50 each. Mailed, delivered to the door, postage, everything included. So 200 pieces is $300. That's way below cost, by the way. I'm losing money every time I send this out. But 200 pieces, $300 each. $300 times 12 months is $3,600 a year. The average commission is $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. So I need one new client off my referral newsletter, my Sphere of Influence newsletter, every 3 years. One new client every 3 years. Are you kidding me, guys? You're going to get 10, 15, 20 new calls every year because of this newsletter, if not more. You can't stay a part of people's lives unless you stay a part of people's lives. So I do a newsletter every time. The other thing I do is a market snapshot, but I'll get to that in a second. So newsletters, love this. The other way to use our newsletter is this. Neighborhoods, farm and neighborhood. I live in Willisford. If I was going to send this to 1,000 homes in Willisford, or in Willisford in my neighborhood to get business, what should I make the newsletter about? Willisford. You'd be surprised how much stuff I get in my house has nothing with my neighborhood. I don't care what a great realtor you are. I care about my neighborhood. Make this about my neighborhood. Show me the recent events coming up, or that just happened. Events coming up next month. Show me the homes that have sold in the neighborhood. I care about that. The 4th page, make it about, you're this great realtor, right? I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding, right? Open it with what they care about. We have a newsletter, a big magazine that comes in Willisford. You know who reads that magazine every month? All 6 people in my family. For different reasons. I'm flicking through to see who's advertising, what's going on in the neighborhood. My kids are looking through to see if there's an article about something interesting that their friends are involved in, or who's got school pictures or whatever, right? But we're all looking because it's about our neighborhood, our neighbors, the things going on, right? Make it about the restaurant that just opened, or the recent whatever is just going on, right? People will open every month, and then when it's time for them to sell, then they will call you. In a neighborhood like mine with $20,000 average commission, I need one sale every year, 2 years, 3 years to pay for that. That's an easy sell for me. So I love the newsletter for that. Now, the next necessary evil when it comes to real estate is brochures. Regular brochure, 4-page standard paper, free. Print these at all your local offices. We've got templates. You can fill those in. These you have to go through Chantilly. 4-page premium. Nicer quality, great quality paper here. Now, when these first came out, people are like, that's got to be like $2 each, right, Donnie? No, 75 cents each. So you send in your order. We print them here at Chantilly. We deliver them out to all of our local offices with our runners at least twice a week. 75 cents each. That's fine. This is the one I would do, right? If I'm selling real estate tomorrow, 8 pages of premium goodness. This is fantastic. $1 each. $1, right? For 8 pages of premium goodness. This is fantastic. Now, between you and I and the fence posts, brochure to sell a house? Absolutely not. But who loves them some brochures? Sellers. Sellers love brochures. You sit at a listing table and you're showing the seller that this is what their brochure is going to look like. I have news for you. They're looking at this and they don't hear anything you say for the next 5 minutes. All they're doing is picturing their house in this beautiful brochure, right? You know who else loves brochures? Neighbors. Bring all the nosy neighbors, right? That neighbor's going to walk into my open house, right? And they're going to see this beautiful 8-page brochure on the table, right? They're going to see the just listed postcard I sent them, the open house postcard that went out, the beautiful 8-page brochure on the counter. They're going to see the the website for the house on the sign that I'm going to talk about in a second. They're going to see the free Facebook ad that I paid for in a second. I'm going to show you all those things, right? They're going to see all these things I did to market their home. And then they're going to be like, you know what, honey, I don't know when we sell, but we better call Donnie because this and what he did for this house was amazing. And I pay for all of it for you except for a couple dollars. This is $1 each. To put 30 of these in every one of my listings, $30 is a rounding error for what we get paid when we sell homes, right? There's not a listing I would have, even the smallest condos, that I wouldn't do an 8-page brochure, because it's just the impact is so worth it for a couple dollars. So that's what we pay for lunch, right? So $1 each for an 8-page premium brochure is a very good investment there. Now, the last 2 things we have at our print center are this. We call these booklets. Congratulations, you got a contract. Now what is our buyer guide? Or wait a minute, it's our seller guide. Let's find a house, a buyer guide. We also have a buyer presentation and a listing presentation. Full books. Beautiful, beautiful quality here. You can change these however you want. You can take our books and modify them. You can create whatever books you want. We've seen some really creative realtors do creative things with our print center. These booklets are 15 cents a page. So a 20-page book, $3. That's nothing. Now, why would I have this? I meet somebody in an open house. I meet somebody at my kid's game tonight. I'm at a PTA meeting. Somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about buying. I'm thinking about selling. Cool. Let me give you something before we go home tonight. I'll grab some in my car. And I drop the Donny Samson buyer guide on them or the Donny Samson seller guide on them. Look, we're going to talk tomorrow, but you know what they did? They walked home like, dang, Donny knows his stuff. This book is phenomenal. What a first impression. For $2 or $3? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. So I love the booklets, 15 cents a page, a great thing that our print center offers as well. So lots of great print opportunities there for you for free or very low cost. Now I'm going to pivot to our tech platforms. Now I want to be careful when I come to tech. Tech scares some realtors. I'm not trying to blow you out with tech, but we have lots of great things that you can plug into to make your business better. The first thing that kind of everybody has to know is this, the Cardinal Nest. The Cardinal Nest is our homepage. There's a couple screenshots of it there. The Cardinal Nest is our home for everything we do here at Samson Properties. Now, you want to find all the local offices. You want to find a calendar. You want to find any video. You want to find any print center. You want to find any message boards. Anything and everything is all in one spot. It comes off the Cardinal Nest. When you first join us, your agent experience specialist has a orientation class, and it's on the starts on the Cardinal Nest, shows you where you can get everything you need in one spot. When I designed the Cardinal Nest, I designed it with one thought in my mind. Could my dad use it? If my dad could use it, we were in a good spot. My dad is phenomenal. He's a great thinker, great energy, and I love him dearly. But not so great at the internet, right? Took him a while to learn how to attach files to emails, right? If he could figure out his way around the Cardinal Nest, we were in a good spot for how to work your business. So our Cardinal Nest is our homepage where all of our resources go. Now, a couple apps that really help you go here at Samson. Showing Team. Showing Team, I'm not going to exaggerate. People have come to me and said, this has saved my life as a realtor. Now, the great part about being in a brokerage our size is this. 6,000 agents and all these locations and spread out is that, people get into real estate because they're like, oh, well, I get to be my own boss and I get to make my own schedule. Except the real reality is when you get in this is right is you don't make your own anything, right? Your clients are help dictate your schedule half the time. If I got my kid's game tonight at 6 o'clock and I do not want to miss this game for any reason, and I get an email that says, hey, I need to see this house tonight. Can you do it at 6 or 7 o'clock tonight? A whole part of our body just drops inside. We've all been there, right? Like, do you think there's any way they could do it at 5? Could I show that house and still get to the game? Could they do it later? Maybe there's an excuse. We're thinking through all these things, but we get anxious, right? Now, I have this showing team app. You need somebody to help you out? Hey, I have a client. Can you show this house in Centerville for me? $25. Put it out there. Before you put your phone down, somebody has claimed that job at Samson. It's amazing. You wake up Sunday, sick as a dog. You can't do your open house, or you're double booked or triple booked. Somebody come to my open house for me. Bam, before you put the phone down, somebody has claimed that job, a trusted professional at Samson. It's an amazing way to leverage yourself, or if you're a newer agent, create some opportunities to make a few bucks here or there. So I love showing team. It's helped people. I always joke about this too. You want to get really busy in real estate, what do? Plan a vacation, right? If you're going to the beach on Saturday, I can almost promise you that everything going to hit the fan on Thursday and Friday, right? It's just the way it is, right? Well, now we can go to beach. We can go to beach. We can go to the beach. We can go on vacation, right? Why? Because you can always talk to your clients. You can always email your clients. But if you need them to see something in person, you're 2 clicks away from being able to have somebody show it for you, right? So I love showing team to give your life back, give some control. Even if you only use it 3 or 4 times a year, it's knowing that it's there that helps you feel better about things. The next thing I'm going to tout is this. I love Real Scout. Real Scout's like my best friend. Real Scout is what I would, I'm going to say something a little bit provocative here, but this is what I'm going to say, is that this. If you are in real estate right now and you send emails to a new buyer in Bright, you are asking your client to date other people. Whoa, Donnie, where'd that come from? Every time I send an email to a client in Bright, let's say I send them homes in Fairfax between $600,000 and $700,000, and there's 5 homes. First of all, Bright's ugly. They don't like the way it looks. It's not pretty, right? And they don't like those 5 homes. They don't like the way it looks. What are they going to do next? They're going to go to Zillow or Redfin or Realtor or Homes, and they're going to start looking for homes in one of these portals. Fine. What's the problem with all these portals, though? There's other realtors there that are trying to take your client. They might find somebody smarter, funnier, and prettier than me. There's lots of realtors out there smarter, funnier, and prettier that are trying to steal them from you on these websites. Now, what's my solution? Real Scout. Now I send my buyer all the homes in Fairfax, $600,000 to $700,000 from Real Scout. This is the key to their castle. It's your own app with your face, everything in it. It's beautiful, it's sexy, it's picture-driven, it's AI-driven. They can go around, they like all the pictures. This is great, I love this backyard. They can rate things and thumbs up, thumbs down, and the computer learns what they like and what they don't like, and it gives them suggestions. Every time they make a note, hey, I love this backyard, I get notified right away. Hey, that does look great. You want to go see that tomorrow? Now we're looking at it together. It's like we're sitting on a couch looking at a TV, searching the internet together. That's building collaboration in our search process. If you think back to the last 12 months, let's play a game for a second that you met 25 buyers and sent them 25 searches in Bright. And then you woke up today and you're like, well, 7 of them bought homes with me. What we want to think in our head is this. Those other 18, they just didn't buy homes. The interest rates, the market, the this, the that. Here's the reality. Some of them bought homes. Just not with you, unfortunately. They were on Zillow or some other website and they found somebody else. And that frustrates us, but it's our fault because we didn't keep them closer connected to us. We give you Real Scout for free. Client collaboration, branded home searches. You can set up a market snapshot. The first thing I would do when I got Real Scout, I would set up the 200 people I know, 300 people, I'd market snapshots. What does every single person in the world care about? The value of their home. Everybody does. I'm not going anywhere for at least 6 years. My youngest daughter's in 6th grade. But if I come home around the circle tonight and I see a for sale sign on my street, what's the first thing I do? Looking it up. How does it compare to me? Is it better, worse? What's the price point? We all care, even if we have no interest in selling. I want to be the person that provides that information to every single person in my database. I want Donny Samson's Real Scout to be the go-to for every person in my life that's looking at real estate. So I love that, right? The other thing that we've done with it is this. It is now the home for Samson office exclusives. So the second you sign a listing agreement, you say, look, I'm sitting at a listing table, wanting them to sign with me, say, look, the second you sign this, I'm going to put it in Real Scout, right? And 6,000 realtors and all their clients are going to be able to see that at your home. Now, we don't have to sell it for the next 60 days while we're getting it ready, but I'm going to build some market awareness. I'm going to get some feedback on pricing. I'm going to get some feedback from other agents or other buyers who are interested in it. Just Samson, just a closed circle where I don't have to show it, don't have to sell it, and I don't really want you to, because your best sale is once it hits the market. But I'm going to gain great data. Now, if somebody comes through with some amazing price, or you can sell it. But the idea is this. I want to have all this information out so people can give me feedback. Now, on the flip side, if you're a buyer agent, right, and I've given Real Scout to my person to start looking at buyers, all these 6,000 agents, and there are hundreds of homes that are listing on the market every month, they're putting in here as office exclusives ahead of time. Now I've got the number one company in the DMV, and I've got all their inside scoop from my buyers. So it's a great win-win with office exclusives in Real Scout as well. So I love Real Scout. Great tool. We give it all to you for free. The other big thing we give you in real estate is this, or in tech is this. KV Core is the number one tech system in the country for realtors. It's now called Bold Trail. They've rebranded it. It's smoother, slicker, fancier, all that kind of stuff. Lofty used to be called Chime. I know it's confusing, but Chime and KV Core were two of the biggest out there. We give them both to you for free. Pick and choose, do them both. Not a good idea to do them both. You'll get yourself confused, but pick one you want. You get a free account with us. You can set up your own website, your own CRM, your own market snapshots, your own branded single property websites. It's got great stuff. What it gives you for free is a single property website. So what does that mean? I'm listing a home down the street, 123 Center Street. The second I put it in Bright or CVR, it launches a single property website for me. Now, what I would do, the Donny Samson advice, is going to cost you a couple bucks, is this. I'd go to GoDaddy.com and I'd buy 123center.com. And I'd point this new listing page that they've created for me, the single property website, to 123center.com. And then so it's going to cost me $11 for the URL. And then I'm going to go to the rider store and I'm going to buy an $8 rider that says 123center.com, and I'm going to hang it on the front of the house. Why am I doing that? First of all, the seller's going to love me. Hold on. Donnie, you're going to give me my own website? 123center.com? That's so cool. They're going to love it, right? And then it automatically launches that website out to all my social media feeds once I've connected once. So everybody on my social media feed is going to see my new listing, 123center.com. Everybody in the internet's like, oh, Donnie gives his own websites for each listing, their own URL. That's so cool, right? And then who's going to the sign that's out front that says 123? Every neighbor. Every Donny Samson that pulls down his circle sign and sees the sign out front, I'm not going to the web to look for that. I'm going to 123center.com. Why? Because I assume that's the best place for all the information on that house. I'm not going to miss anything if I go to that website. So my seller loves me, the internet loves me, and the whole neighborhood loves me. They're all going to this website, and I gave it to you for free. You just went but paid $20 to get a custom URL and a custom sign. That is a win-win every single time. It's also got a Core Present, a CMA builder, builds great CMAs, social media integrations. I could go on for an hour about all the great stuff Bold Trail does. Now, a lot of this seems overwhelming. We have full-time trainers for Lofty and Bold Trail that are here every day. They teach one-on-one sessions. They teach group classes every single day. Their full-time job is just to teach you these products. It's phenomenal, right? So we're going to help you get to where you want to be on all these things. The other last great thing we do with this is free Facebook ads. You helped me. I pointed out earlier. Every time you put a listing in the MLS, we automatically launch a Facebook ad for you for free. Now, don't tell your seller it's for free. I'm paying for it, but you're running a Facebook ad, right? So when you sit down with your seller, I said I want you to win at the listing table. You're going to tell your seller, I'm going to run a just listed postcard for you. I'm going to run an open house postcard for you. I'm going to run a Facebook ad for you. I'm going to give you your own website, 123center.com for you. And I'm going to put this beautiful 8-page brochure on your counter. And I'm going to give you a Zillow Showcase ad. I'm going to talk about in a second. You tell them all these amazing things, and I paid for almost all of it for you, and you just look like a rock star. Who's going to say no to your listing? They're all going to sign up because I'm giving you tools to win once you get there. Free Facebook ads. You get the leads that come from them, not me. So great, great stuff. The last part of that listing puzzle is this, Listing Showcase. Now, look, we have our ups and downs with Zillow. We all do, right? But there's no question that it's the number one hit website in the world for real estate by double or triple X, whatever you want to look at, 2, 3, 4X. Now, We recently jumped into this about 6 months ago, is Zillow Showcase. This costs $550 a month to be a member and $750 each for each additional listing after that at Zillow Showcase if you're a listing agent. We have a special Samson price that we've negotiated, $250 per listing, which is so cheap. Our realtors are loving this. It took a minute and then they started using it and it was amazing. It's got a dashboard that can show you that your your listing was hit 4, 5, 6 times more than the ones that weren't showcased. Your seller's gonna love you. You're gonna get more traffic, more viewings. It's phenomenal. The other thing that happens is this. Every time somebody goes to list a home, I use Willisford because that's the neighborhood I live. If somebody's gonna go list a home in Willisford, before they list for the next month, 2 months, 3 months, what are they doing? They're looking around the neighborhood on Zillow. What's everybody listing for? Well, your Zillow Showcase listing pops off the map. It's got a big showcase tag on it. And they're like, oh, let me check out that one. You know what they're going to want? I want my listing to be showcased when I go to list. So you know who they're going to interview? You. It's going to get you more listing opportunities at the kitchen table. It's going to help you sell your homes better. It's going to help you to win once you get to the listing table. So I love Zillow Showcase. Not required by any stretch, but the $250 is an awesome deal. And our agents are jumping on. We were doing like 20 or 30 a month. Then people started to realize how great it was. We're doing 100 a month of these now, just Zillow Showcases. It's phenomenal. So great opportunity there. All right, that's a lot of the great tech that we give you. Now, concierge. A lot of you have heard all this stuff, and you're like, Donny, it seems so complicated, right? Well, we've got trainers that are going to teach you how to do everything. But this is affectionately called the Donny Samson plan. I don't want anybody to teach me. I want to pay somebody to do it for me. I got people that can do stuff for you. So we've got concierge services for cheap costs. Transaction coordinators. They will do everything, be your assistant from contract to closing for just $250. And you can pay for it out of your closing check. They're all licensed realtors as well, so they can even write addendums and do that kind of stuff for you. So great stuff. Listing marketing. You want them to do the brochures and the bright listings and all the things that we're talking about here. The flyers and the postcards and all the great things we're talking about. $300. They'll do all your listing marketing for you. And you can pay for it out of your closing check. If you want the listing marketing and the TC, Concierge Complete is $450, which is 4.5% of a $10,000 commission. Of a $15,000 commission, it's like 2%, right? So 3%. So it's a fantastic bargain to have a full-time assistant to do all this work for you. I don't make money on Concierge. The reason I do it is this. It helps you to leverage and make more money. Almost every single time I meet with a producer that wants to get to the next level, their biggest block almost every time is this. They're spending all their time on non-revenue producing activities like brochures and listings and bright listings and flyers and postcards. Those things are great, but somebody else can do them at a fraction of the cost you're doing. You should be out there making it rain, calling people, having meetings, showing homes, doing the things that produce money, having somebody else in the back office do these things. If you can't pay for a full-time assistant all the time, pay for an assistant on a contract-by-contract basis where you can pay for it out of your closing check. We also have a la carte services on the right. So let's say you just want a just listed postcard done. Great, $25. They'll do your postcard, pull the addresses. You just say, yep, looks good, Donny. Charge your credit card $25. You can do everything you want. Simple, the a la carte stuff ranges from $25 to $100. Super easy. Helps you generate a lot more revenue without spending your time on the stuff that you shouldn't be spending your time on. The other thing that happens is this. I know I'm rambling here for a second, but the number one thing that helped me jump to different levels when I was selling was people doing this stuff for me. And my assistant had 2 babies during our time together, and I'm, it's great. But I got through the 6 weeks that she was on maternity leave both times. I got through it. It's the key. But you know what I didn't do is all the things I should do. Did I get the flyer every time? Did I get the postcards out that just listed, the open house postcards, the Facebook ads? I didn't do all the things every time that I should that led to the next listing and the next call and the next call. I did the bare minimum because that's all I had time for. It's not just about getting it done. It's about all the other stuff helps lead to that. That's how you build a business. That's why I have concierge services for you, to help build your business successfully. All right, a couple last add-ons, and I'm almost done here. Testimonial tree. Every single time you close a deal with us and you close up the file in the system on SkySlope, we send out a review, a survey to your client from us, from Samson Properties. How did it go? Oh, it went great. Give you 5 stars, and you post those 5 stars on Google and Facebook and your website, and all the positive reviews that we're going to get you. We got you over 20,000 positive reviews since we launched this. If they give you 1-star review back, nobody got to know about it, right? No, I'm just kidding. But you're going to get all 5-star reviews back. But the reason that most people don't have a ton of reviews is one thing. We don't ask, right? So I'm going to ask for you. I sold over 500-600 homes in my life. I probably had 25 testimonials. Why? Because I never asked, ever, right? Maybe it's because I wasn't that good of a realtor. You guys can make your jokes there. But it's really because I never asked. I don't know why we're shy about doing it, but most of us don't, right? I'll ask for you. You'll get the great reviews. You can share those all over. Awesome stuff. Zachem, we pay for all of our buyers and sellers and our agents to take those EMDs, nice voice, take those EMDs, take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back, deposit it right into escrow. We can do it for commission checks. We can do it for EMD checks. Your buyer can do it, or you can do it super easy, super efficient to be able to put that. If they don't have paper checks, they can log in right from their bank account, transfer that money over to us for EMDs. Samson Now is our own in-house commission advance company, so we can get your money cheaper, faster, and easier. You just ratified a contract. You're not going to see that check for 45 days, and you really need that money now? Great. Submit it to Samson Now. We'll get you that money wired over within an hour. Awesome stuff. So great service for you there. We've got a partnership with 210 Warranty where they give you express protection. Every time you put a listing in SkySlope in our system, we automatically launch you in the seller protection for your seller for free. Another great thing you can say at the listing table is I'm going to give you a home warranty during the listing period, absolutely free, no obligation to pay for that for your new buyer. Great stuff. This page here, it's just a summary of all the free marketing we've got. You know, we've got all the website stuff and the Real Scouts and the Facebook ads and the websites and market snapshots and all that great stuff. And then on the right, we've got all the training and the coaching and the social media and technology and video training I didn't even talk about. And free headshots I didn't talk about, all for free. The postcards, when you join, when you have a listing, when you have an open house, all this stuff for free, all this great stuff to help you grow. We also have SkySlope as our transaction management platform for free. If that scares you, that's fine. You can use whatever you want. You just have to turn it into us in SkySlope. But SkySlope is a great system. We have a full-time trainer. It's got the forms in there, e-signature for free, and you turn it into Samson all in one system. We can teach you how to use that for free. Don't worry. Or we've got people that can do it for you for a few dollars if you really don't want to mess with it. All right? So lots of great opportunities. I'm going to close with 2 slides. At this point, you've heard all the amazing things you have at Samson, and people are like, I think I'm going to join this place, right? Then why do I bring up recruiting rewards? Because most of you, when you get to this point, you're like, you know what? I'm in. You know what? There's 5 other people somewhere else at my company that I think they'd be in too. Great. Introduce them to me. Introduce them to this video. Bring them to a lunch and learn in person. Just introduce them to us. We'll do the rest, and you get the recruiting rewards, $500, $2,500, $5,000, or $10,000. There are some companies that will give you, get them into the downline, right? You're going to get 1% of everything they do forever. That's fine, except here's the problem. If I get 1% of everything my buddy does forever, what can my buddy never get? 100%. I would rather let you get 100%, your buddy get 100%, your other buddy get it, all your buddies get 100% commission forever with us, and I'll give you the rewards right out of my pocket for bringing them in. That's okay. I won't make any money off them for 3 months, 6 months, a year. I'm okay with that because once they join our family, they're going to be here forever. So I'll pay that upfront fee for that to happen. So I love getting out recruiting rewards. It's a great way to spread the wealth and thank people for continuing to spread our name all over the place. There's a reason why we've recruited probably over 1,300, 1,400 people in the last year, and we keep growing at the rate we are. It's just because of our great plan, because people love being here and they're spreading the word about that to all their friends and colleagues. All right, closing with this thought. I told you at the beginning this was the key to our whole financial plan, right? Is we're going to give you so much stuff over the next hour, and hopefully I've worn you out with all the great stuff we give you included at Samson. And how do we make our money back? Give us the opportunity at Cardinal Title Group to earn your business. You've got home field advantage. We'll close at all of our locations. We'll close remotely if you want to, but all those 40 offices are great places. We have a secure portal, Qualia, that we play for. Priority commission processing. When you close with Cardinal, we're typically direct depositing your money same day right into your account. So we've got home field advantage, secure portals, quick payments, lots of great lawyers and great staff here at Cardinal Title Group, and they're an A-plus title company, and they're in all of our locations. So give us the opportunity to earn your business at Cardinal, and we'll keep making Samson better for everybody. At this point, I just want to thank you for sticking with me this long. I know it's probably been an hour 15, an hour 20. I don't know how long I've talked, but hopefully you can feel my excitement for not only Samson, but you all in helping your business grow. It's not just my job at Samson to give you a great split. It's my job to give you great tools, education, and the ability to help grow your business bigger, better. My passion every day is creating a better real estate company for realtors. My commitment to you is this: if you join our family and join our company, nobody will work harder every day, every week, and every month to make this the best company possible for realtors. Not for my pocketbook, for your pocketbook. How can I help you make more money? It's never going to be about how much can I charge you. It's about how can I help you make more money, be more successful, have a better career, and love your career here. So I encourage you to reach out to me. You've got connection codes. You've got QR codes all over. You can sign up directly from this website here or all over Join Samson, or email me directly there at Donny Samson at samsonproperties.net, or call me, talk over more questions. I would love for you to join our family, and I promise you, we'll just take great care of you. Thank you, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon or see you around the Samson Properties hallway.